You are a traitor. That is your truth. Your ship, the Vagrant, hums a familiar song. It is a lonely tune in the void. You drift along the galaxy's edge. This is where forgotten things go. This is where you find your living. You trade in scrap and secrets. You deal in whispers and forgotten tech. It pays the bills. Mostly, it keeps the life support green. That is enough. Your console chimes a soft, unfamiliar tone. A message request appears on your screen. It is not a standard hail. It uses a code you have not seen in years. An old deep space protocol. The kind used by explorers before the common lanes were mapped. Curiosity gets the better of you. It always does. You accept the connection. Static fills the air. Then a voice. A whisper of synthesized sound. The voice speaks of a mission. A desperate plea from a star-born people. It speaks of a fading light. It promises a trade unlike any other. You have heard promises before. They usually come with hidden costs. Still, you are a trader. You listen to every offer. The message gives you coordinates. A derelict ship in a dead system. A place where nothing should be. The voice says to come alone. You are always alone. That part is easy. The message ends. Silence returns to your cockpit. The void outside feels heavier now. A choice hangs in the air. Ignore it and keep drifting. Or follow the whisper into the dark. You are a trader. And a good trader never ignores a potential client. You plot the course. The Vagrant turns its nose toward the unknown. The familiar hum of your engines feels different now. It sounds like the start of something new. Something dangerous. The coordinates lead you to a graveyard. Shattered asteroids drift like tombstones. A dead star casts a pale, cold light. And there it is. A ship, ancient and broken. Its hull is scarred by weapons you do not recognize. It floats in total silence. No power signatures, no life signs. A ghost haunting the darkness, you bring the Vagrant in close. Your scanners probe the wreck. They find nothing but cold metal and radiation. You suit up. The magnetic clamps of your boots connect to the derelict's hull. Each step is a heavy thud in the silence. You find an entry point, a tear in the ship's side. Inside, the air is gone. Emergency lights flicker weakly. They cast long, dancing shadows. You drift through corridors. You see the signs of a final, desperate battle. The crew is gone. Only dust and echoes remain. Your mission beacon leads you to the bridge. The view screen is a spiderweb of cracks. It shows the dead star outside. You find the ship's main computer core. It is surprisingly intact. A single fragment of data survived the destruction. You carefully extract it. It is encrypted with layers of code. Code that feels ancient, powerful. You bring the fragment back to your ship. Back to the familiar hum of the Vagrant. You spend the next cycle decrypting the message. Layer after layer peels away. You see glimpses of star charts. They show systems beyond known space. You see formulas of a star science you cannot comprehend. Finally, the last layer of code breaks. A single message unfolds. It is a warning. It speaks of a shadow that consumes worlds. A threat that unwinds existence itself. It says they are coming. It says they must be stopped. It seems your simple trade is already complicated. Welcome to your life. Your ship's proximity alarm blares. It yanks you from the ancient data. You look at your screen. A vessel is approaching. It is sleek and elegant. Its hull seems to be made of polished obsidian. It moves with a grace your own ship could never match. It is not a pirate vessel. It is not a military patrol. It is something else entirely. You have never seen a design like it. It feels both old and new. They hail you on a private channel. Their voice is calm and melodic. It is the same voice from the first message. They call themselves the Starborn. They request permission to dock. They wish to discuss the trade. You are a trader, but you are not a fool. You raise your ship's shields. You tell them to state their business from a safe distance. The galaxy has taught you to be cautious, especially of beautiful things. The Starborn vessel holds its position. The voice explains their need. Their home is fading. Their people are dying. They have traveled a long way. They say they followed the echo of the data fragment. They believe you were meant to find it. They believe you are the one they seek. You ask what they are trading. The voice pauses. Then it speaks two words: time and survival. They propose an exchange. They will give you a device, an artifact of their creation. In return, they need resources, fuel, ship parts, things you can easily provide, things that are almost worthless to you. It sounds too good to be true. You ask to see the device. A small drone exits their ship. It brings a container to your cargo bay. You watch it through your external cameras. The trade is about to begin, and you feel a chill you cannot explain. You open the container remotely. Inside rests a small, humming device. It is a sphere of swirling golden light. It pulses with a soft, rhythmic energy. It looks like a captive star. Your sensors cannot get a clear reading. The energy it emits is unlike anything in your database. It is beautiful. It is strange. And it feels powerful. The Starborn say it can manipulate temporal energy. They say it can buy hours. You are a practical person. You deal in credits and tangible goods. The idea of trading for time feels absurd. A trick, a scam artist's dream. You tell them you trade in credits only. You make an offer, a generous one, for the strange humming orb. You can find a buyer for it somewhere. Some rich collector would love a glowing desk ornament. The Starborn agree to your price. The deal is almost done. Then they give you a warning. The device does not create time. It transfers it. Each hour it grants the user is taken from somewhere else, or someone else. They warn you that each use has a cost. A life lost, a future erased, a world fading into memory. They look to you, their hope clear. They believe you will use it wisely. You look at the humming sphere. A simple trade has become a moral question. You complete the transaction. Credits are transferred. Supplies are jettisoned for their ship. The Starborn vessel turns and vanishes into the void. They leave you with their warning. They leave you with this strange humming device. You hold the fate of hours in your hands. You should probably feel important. Instead, you just feel like you overpaid for a headache. Your ship is quiet again, but the silence is now filled with the soft hum of the orb and 1,000 unanswered questions. Your new device needs a test. The Starborn's warning echoes in your mind. But you are a trader. You need to know the value of your goods. You set a course for a unique world, a place known only in whispers and rumors, a planet called Ethel. Star maps call it a temporal anomaly. Legends call it the Clockwork Planet. It is said that time there is not a constant. It is a physical, flowing force, like a river. You arrive in orbit around Ethel. The world below is a breathtaking sight. Continents shift in slow, graceful patterns. Oceans of golden mist ebb and flow. Your sensors confirm the legends. Time on Ethel is fluid. It pools in valleys. It rushes through canyons. It is a world built from moments. You wonder what kind of people would live here. You take a shuttle down to the surface. You must know more. You land in a city made of crystal and light. The inhabitants are tall, slender beings. Their skin shimmers with a soft iridescence. They move with an unhurried grace. You notice they do not use currency. There are no markets filled with goods. There are no banks. Yet, commerce happens all around you. You watch as one being gives another a small, glowing orb of light. In return, they receive a piece of fruit. You learn their secret. They trade in memories. Good memories are their most valuable currency. A happy childhood memory might buy a home. The memory of a first love could feed a family for a year. Sad memories are worth less. But they still have value. They are used for small, everyday purchases. It is a strange and beautiful economy. A society built on experience itself. It makes your obsession with credits feel rather silly. You sit with one of the locals, an old being with kind eyes. You show him the humming device. He looks at it with a deep sadness. He tells you that your device is a predator. It does not trade time, it steals it. He explains that every hour it creates is a memory stolen, a moment of joy erased from someone's life forever. You look at the golden sphere. The beautiful light now seems sinister. The hum sounds like a hungry whisper. You have traded for a thief. A message finds you on Ethel. It is from a man named Silas Vance, a notorious collector of rare artifacts. He has heard about your new acquisition. He knows what it is. He wants it. And he is willing to pay an unbelievable price for it. He offers you a sum of credits that would let you retire. You could buy your own moon, maybe two if you find a good deal. His offer is staggering. You look at the device. It sits in your shuttle, humming softly. The local's words still haunt you. A predator, a thief of memories. You think of the starborn, their desperation, their warning. They trusted you to be wise. Selling the device to a man like Vance seems like a betrayal of that trust. He would use it for his own gain. He would not care about the cost. He would drain lifetimes for profit. The conflict tears at you. On one hand, infinite riches, an end to the lonely life of a trader, comfort, security, everything you have ever worked for. On the other hand, your conscience, a promise to a desperate people, the weight of countless stolen memories. The choice should be easy. A trader always takes the best deal. But you are no longer sure what the best deal is. You send a message back to Vance. You decline his offer. Politely, you tell him the device is not for sale. You hope that will be the end of it. You know it will not be. Men like Vance do not take no for an answer. They see it as a negotiation tactic. You feel a new kind of danger. It is not the emptiness of space. It is the greed of another person. And that is often far more deadly. You decide to leave Ethel. The planet is beautiful, but its truth is too painful to bear. You return to your ship, the Vagrant. The device is secured in your cargo hold. You plot a course to a remote, uninhabited nebula, a place to hide, a place to think, to figure out what to do with this terrible, powerful thing you now own. You feel the engines hum as you lift off. A sense of relief washes over you. You are back in the familiar quiet of space. You allow yourself to relax. The jump to the nebula is a long one. You decide to get some rest. A deep, dreamless sleep finds you. But you wake to a sudden jolt. Red lights are flashing on your console. A proximity alert screams. You rush to the cockpit. Another ship is latched onto yours. It is Vance's vessel, sleek, aggressive, and currently stealing your ship. You watch in horror as your own cargo bay door is forced open. Robotic arms reach in. They retrieve the container with the temporal device. You try to fight back. You reroute power to shields. You attempt to fire your weapons, but his ship's systems overwhelm yours. You are outmatched. He is a predator of a different kind. Your ship is disabled. Your prize is stolen. A final message comes from Vance. A short, mocking laugh. Then his ship detaches, and yours begins to shake violently. He has overloaded your power core. It is set to detonate. You have seconds. You see a flicker on your navigation screen. A small, unstable wormhole. A natural anomaly. It is your only chance. A 1 in a million shot. You divert all remaining power to the engines. You aim your dying ship at the shimmering tear in space. It is a desperate, final gamble. Your ship plunges into the wormhole. The universe outside your viewport dissolves into a chaotic storm of light and color. Alarms scream. The hull groans under impossible stress. You are thrown against your command chair. The force is crushing. Then, everything goes black. You are adrift, powerless, tumbling through an unknown dimension. You do not know if you have escaped. You only know that you are alive. For now, the journey through the wormhole feels like an eternity, or maybe just a second. Time has no meaning in this place. Your ship is tossed and turned. Then, as suddenly as it began, it is over. You are thrown back into normal space. The view screen flickers back to life. It shows a star system you do not recognize. Your ship is broken. The engines are dead. You are stranded. But you are alive. And Vance is gone. You drift towards a nearby planet. It seems to be a barren rock. But as you get closer, your long-range scanners pick up something. Faint energy signatures. A settlement hidden deep within a massive canyon. It is shielded from orbital scans. A secret place. With no other options, you use the last of your maneuvering thrusters. You guide your crippled ship towards the signal. You are coming in for a crash landing. You brace for impact. Your ship hits the ground hard. The impact is violent, but the hull holds. You have survived. You emerge from the wreckage into a hidden world. The canyon is vast, and within it is a sprawling colony. Buildings are carved into the rock itself. It is a city built in secret. People emerge from the buildings. They carry weapons. They look wary. They look like survivors. A woman approaches you. Her face is stern, but her eyes hold a deep sadness. She asks who you are. She asks how you found this place. You tell her your story. About the traitor, Vance. About the stolen device. When you mention the humming sphere, their expressions change. They know of it. They lower their weapons. They take you into their colony. They tell you that you have found the home of the starborn refugees. They are the people from whom time was being stolen. The refugees show you their world. It is a sanctuary. But it is also a prison. They are hiding from a great tyranny, a force that conquered their home worlds, a force that seeks the device you once held. They explain that the device is not just a traitor's trinket. It is their last hope. It is a key. They tell you that you were not the first to carry it. They have sent it out into the galaxy many times, always hoping to find an ally, always hoping to keep it from their enemy. They take you to their central chamber. In the middle of the room is a detailed projection. It is a star chart of their home system. It shows their sun, dead and dark. It shows their worlds, cold and lifeless. The woman who greeted you, whose name is Alara, explains the truth. The humming device is not a weapon. It is a tool of creation, a temporal anchor, a device capable of resetting a single moment in time. She tells you that the anchor can do the impossible. It can relight a dead star. It can rewind the entropy of their entire system. It can restore their home. not by stealing hours from others, but by using its own immense power source to reset a local timeline. The warning they gave you was a lie, a necessary one, a test to see what kind of person you were, to see if you were worthy of knowing the truth. They needed to know if you would sell their last hope for a profit. You understand now? The weight of your decision with Vance becomes heavier. You passed their test. You refused to sell. But in doing so, you led their enemy right to them. Your failure put their entire world at risk. Alara tells you that Vance will find this place. His spies are everywhere. It is only a matter of time. The final choice now rests with you. The refugees need a warrior. They need someone to help them get the anchor back. They ask for your help. Do you help them? Do you risk your life for a people you just met? For a world you have never seen? Or do you try to escape? Find another ship. Disappear back into the lonely life of a traitor. The choice is clear. You cannot run. Not this time. Your trade has entangled you in their fate. You tell Alara you will help, you will fight. For the first time in a long time, you are not just trading for credits. You are trading for a future. Their future. A plan is formed. A desperate, daring plan. You know Vance's tactics, his greed, his arrogance. You can use that against him. The refugees have salvaged parts of your ship. Their engineers work tirelessly. They combine their technology with yours. They are creating a weapon, something that can fight a temporal battle, something that can counter the anchor's power, if only for a moment. You are the key. You know Vance. You know how he thinks. The wait is tense. Every moment stretches into an hour. Then the alarms sound. He has arrived. A fleet of ships, led by Vance's flagship, appears in orbit. They descend upon the hidden colony. The battle begins. Lasers cut through the canyon. Explosions rock the hidden city. The refugees fight with a courage born of desperation. They are protecting their last hope. They are protecting their home. Vance does not join the main battle. He is smarter than that. He uses the anchor. A wave of temporal energy washes over the battlefield. One of the refugee ships suddenly ages 1,000 years. It turns to dust. Another is caught in a time loop. It repeats its last moments of destruction over and over. You watch as time itself becomes a weapon. It is a horrifying sight. The refugees cannot fight against this. This is your moment. You are in a small, fast fighter, a ship modified with the new technology. You fly into the heart of the battle. You broadcast a message directly to Vance. You challenge him, traitor to traitor. You tell him you know his weakness. He is a collector. He desires not just victory, but the prize itself. You offer him a trade, his life for the anchor. He laughs. He thinks you are bluffing, but his greed is his undoing. He takes the bait. He brings his ship down into the canyon. He wants to face you himself, to take the final prize with his own hands. The temporal battle focuses on you. Time slows down around your ship. Then it speeds up. He is trying to tear you apart. But the refugee's technology holds. It creates a small bubble of stable time around you. You fly through the chaos. You are a rock in a river of shifting moments. You have one shot. You must make it count. You activate your weapon. It is not a laser. It is not a missile. It is a temporal feedback pulse. It targets the anchor on Vance's ship. For one brief second, it disrupts the anchor's control. The power of the device is unleashed, uncontrolled. A massive wave of temporal energy erupts from Vance's flagship. But it is not directed outward. It is focused inward. His own weapon turns against him. Vance's ship is frozen, caught in a single repeating microsecond, a monument to his own greed. The rest of his fleet, seeing their leader defeated, retreats. The battle is over. You have won. The refugees cheer. They have their anchor back. They have their future back. You float in your small fighter. The canyon is silent now. The dust of battle begins to settle. You are tired. But you are not just a trader anymore. The refugees retrieve the anchor. They bring it to their central chamber. Alara invites you to witness the moment. The final activation. The entire colony gathers. They watch with hope and fear. This is their last chance. If this fails, their people are truly lost. Alara places her hand on the device. She looks at you. She nods. A silent thank you. You have given them this moment. She activates the anchor. The golden sphere glows with an impossible brightness. The light fills the chamber. It expands outward. It washes over the entire planet. All clocks stop. All movement ceases. For a single, infinite moment, everything is still. A deep, resonant hum fills the universe. It is the sound of time being reset. The sound of a second chance. Then, the light recedes. It flows back into the anchor. The device becomes dark and inert. Its power is spent. On the main view screen, the image of their home system changes. The dead star flickers. It ignites. A wave of light and warmth spreads through the system. Their dead worlds begin to stir. Ice caps melt. Atmospheres reform. Life, dormant for generations, begins to bloom again. They have their home back. A new dawn has arrived. The colony thrives. The refugees, no longer refugees, begin their journey home. Their gratitude to you is immeasurable. They offer you a new ship, the finest vessel they have. They offer you a place among them, a home. You thank them, but you know you cannot stay. Your path is a lonely one. It is the path of a trader. You belong in the void, among the whispers and forgotten things. You leave their world behind. You watch their star system grow brighter as you depart. Your actions have saved a civilization, but the galaxy is a connected place. Your trade has consequences. The temporal wave from the anchor, though localized, has sent ripples through the star science of the region. Old hyperlanes have shifted. New nebulas have formed. The map of your galaxy has been subtly rewritten. Your path forward is now truly unknown. You sit in the cockpit of your new ship. It is much better than the Vagrant. But it feels empty. You think about the trade, the starborn, the humming device, Vance, the refugees. It was not a simple transaction of credits for goods. It was a trade of choices and consequences, of hope and sacrifice. You realize now that trading in time is the most complex business in the universe. Each hour bought is not a life lost. It is a story changed. You have learned a valuable lesson. Value is not measured in credits alone. It is measured in moments, in memories, in second chances. You are still a trader. But you no longer seek just profit. You seek stories. You seek connections. The galaxy is full of people who need a trade. People with problems that cannot be solved with money. You have a new purpose. You are the man who trades hours, and your work has just begun. You look at your new star chart. It is full of unknown regions, full of new possibilities. A quiet hum from your new engines fills the cockpit. It is a familiar, comforting sound. It is the song of the void, the song of your life. Somewhere out there, the next mystery is waiting, the next desperate client, the next impossible trade. You smile. For the first time in a long time, you are not running from anything. You are flying towards everything. Your journey continues, time, money, and destiny. all intertwined on the lonely road between the stars.